We've all heard them, urban legends. Urban legends are usually told at summer parties and while sitting around the campfire making s'mores while camping on cool nights. Though most of us don't believe the urban legends and myths to be true, they always seem to leave us with a sense of suspense and wonder. Well, here it is, already October. You know, it's that time of the year when the haunted houses open up filled with scary clowns and chainsaw-carrying maniacs. They're open for those who seek a little adventure and fright. October is also when the spooky cobwebs appear, the trees lose their leaves and become quite eerie looking, and it gets a little darker. It gets darker a little earlier and earlier as days go by. I thought since we're in the months of October and just a few weeks away from Halloween, I would tell an urban legend that's a bit bone-chilling. We've all been there. It's finally Friday. You know, it's been one of those weeks that's just rough and you're ready to let go. So, you decide to go out after work with your friends, have a couple of drinks, have dinner, just have a good time. That is exactly what one woman did one Friday night after she left the office. She met up with some girlfriends at a local bar and grill for a round of drinks and dinner. She just wanted to let go and have fun. Well, they had a good time. They laughed and joked and talked, had dinner. Well, little did she know, her night was just beginning. As she left the bar, she got into her car fairly late in the night and headed home. She got into a deserted highway and noticed a car drive up behind her with its lights gleaming into her rearview mirror. It was approaching pretty quickly and that made her a bit nervous. Well, as the car pulled up behind her, she glanced up and saw the turn signal come on. She was relieved as she thought the car was going to pass her and go on. Just then, the car swerved back into the lane behind her and pulled up dangerously close to her tailgate and started flashing its brights at her. Well, she had no idea what was going on and was becoming very nervous. What in the world could they want from her, she thought to herself. The lights dimmed for a moment, and the lights came back on bright as anything, and the car from behind her surged forward all at once. The frightened woman struggled really hard to keep her eyes on the road and urged herself to quit watching the car behind her. Finally, she saw her exit coming up. She thought to herself, this is my one chance to lose the suspicious acting car. As she approached her exit, the car from behind continued to follow her, flashing its brights periodically. With each flash, she became more and more uneasy. Through every stoplight and turn, it followed closely behind, flashing its lights and making her more and more uncomfortable. The mysterious car followed her to her driveway at her house. Well, she didn't know what to do, whether to get out, whether to stay in, no idea. Well, her cell phone, she had left it at home, so she had to get out. She figured her only hope was to make a mad dash for the house and call the police as soon as she got in. Well, as she flew from her car and headed towards the door, so did the driver of the car that had been following her the whole way home from the bar. He jumped out and screamed at her, "Lock the door! Call the police! Call 911!" Well, she had no idea what was going on. There was no one else around that she knew of, and this car had been following her the whole time. Well, when the police finally arrived, which seemed like an eternity to her, the truth was revealed to the woman. The man that had been following her was trying to save her life the entire time. Turns out, when he got behind her car at the bar, and his headlights hit her car, he saw a silhouette of a man carrying a butcher knife in her back seat. Well, he flashed his brights at her, and the guy with the knife would lay down in the back seat. This continued on and on. The man with the butcher knife would rise up to stab the woman, and the man following would flash his lights, and the killer would lie back down. Well, is this urban legend true, you ask? It could be. It sounds pretty realistic. However, it's never been proven false, nor has it been proven true. It's just one of those stories. But I can tell you one thing. Always check your back seat before you get in your car, or pray for a good Samaritan to be following you home.